Grand final time! Let's bring it! Game number 1, everybody! I know, it's confusing. There's a 1-0 on the scoreboard. We're going to talk about that in just a moment, but let's introduce our two teams first. Game number 1, Towers of Doom on the left side. We on Blaze, the French player. We got Dainu on Chromie, Ixia on Zarya, Iwa on Stukov, and Lauba on Diablo. The special Snowflakes in the lead against Washed Up in this grand final best of 7. And to the right side of the map, the red team with Masquerade on Imperius, Banana H on Brightwing. We got Hazops on Abatha, and Nick on Ophir. Plus Dequaza on his Griefer account is playing Urel. So a couple of things to go over. First of all, the 1-0 lead in the series is explained through the double elimination system in the tournament. So the Snowflakes, Lauber's team, they were able to make it into the grand final through the winner bracket. This is a best of 7. Washed Up moved in through the losers bracket after initially losing to the Snowflakes in a best of 5 series in the winner bracket final. And the winner bracket team gets a slight advantage, which manifests itself in a 1-0 lead in the best of 7. So this is indeed game number 1, even though the score indicates otherwise, just to make sure that you guys all know that. Also, if you didn't really watch the last series, and you might be a little bit confused by the fact that we're currently looking at the old HGC UI, which is unfortunately hot shit. So the reason for that is very simple. This is played out. I casted all of those games from replays, and just after I casted the initial games from the tournament, another patch was dropped, and well, we are seeing the first kill here. That meant that we have to go into the old UI, because every single time that you watch a replay from the previous patch versions, you can't use a custom UI, which means we have to use the standard UI. Unfortunately, this UI does not track the Gladiator's Medallion, and in addition to that, it's impossible to track baseline quest talents, plus pretty difficult to track quest talents in general, since the only way you could do that is by showing the talents at the bottom of the screen, and unfortunately here it obstructs half the screen. I said it in the previous match, and I'm saying it again. Instead of just giving us all these shitty anomalies that nobody fucking asked for, Blizzard could spend 5 minutes to update their UI a little bit. And again, I want to stress this, I don't want them to overhaul the entire thing. Of course, I would love a complete redesign, but they don't even have to completely redesign it. Just update it a little bit so that you can track the medallion, that you can track quest talents, and that you can track baseline quest talents in the first place. But nope. Instead, we're getting all this garbage around anomalies that nobody wanted and nobody asked for. Slow clap, everybody. Well, the only clap that they deserve is honestly this one. So, with that said, now my little rant is over, so let's go into the rest here. We currently have our Abatha setup, which I'm actually pretty happy for, but that would also mean that the blue team is most likely going to try and get some early aggression on. As long as Abatha doesn't have the 10, you're trying to exploit that. That was a bit unfortunate. I think that could have been good damage. I think that helped them even more here. So yeah, Chromie, nice. But off we go. The Abatha setup together with Urel in particular can be an absolute monster. You got Imperius at the front, so that's a similar situation. But the Zarya move at the bottom of the map could be kind of cool. It's always a little bit weird to me whenever I see a Zarya together with a mage as the main damage dealer, because it just feels like the entire setup with a shield just caters a bit more to some sustainable damage from an auto attacker. Of course, half of that stems from the original combo with shields, which was Tacita, where you had also then the Leech on level 4, which would help any kind of auto attacker. That's when you saw Vala in particular with a double support here, and other heroes as well. The Slugger being helpful, getting the first shots fired over here. We got a bit of a fight against Urel as Lauba is trying to steal this one away. It's not going to be a 40-0, I can tell you that much. But we have already a 2-for-1 situation. That was a pretty quick grab actually on all of those. So, yeah. Down to the bottom of the map. Oh, actually in the middle. We have potentially a kill. They're trying to go for Lauba. He doesn't have a lot of stacks. I mean, I can't see them, but I would assume that he doesn't because it's too early in the game. But let me track the stacks of Diablo. Oh shit, I can't. I guess the only way how you could technically do it is by using tap and obstructing the entire screen. Ah, yeah. Small indie company, ladies. Small indie company. So, yeah. It's too much to ask for. So, either way, level 7 is on the board. Now we got also a pinpoint accuracy over here. But the wall at the bottom has already been opened up. And last time, it was honestly, when they fought in the winner bracket final, it was an insane series. I mean, it went down to the 5th map. It could have been anyone's map to take. I think it was game number 2, where Washed Up was so far ahead that it seemed nearly impossible that they could lose the game. But they lost it indeed, and it was insane. If this series is anything like that, that would be absolutely incredible. But of course, there is an advantage for the Snowflakes. Special Snowflakes with their 1-0 lead here. But let's see if they can make that work or not. I mean, either way, we now have at the bottom of the map still our little push with a 4-man. But now that 2 altars spawning topside, we'll probably see an easy exchange. Again, Abathar doesn't have a 10 yet, so he doesn't have his copy. But we should see a top left, top right exchange between the teams. I would be surprised if anybody is willing to really commit to a battle over both altars yet. If anyone would try and do that, it's most likely going to be the Snowflakes. But again, chance of that are slim to none. Zarya, on the other hand, is down, so I already like the aggression that we're seeing from Washed Up, even without Abathar's copy ready. But talking about Abathar, they're going for the slug, and Hazuops escapes. Hazuops actually makes it out of here. Unfortunate. Okay, same time now, push into the wall, Masquerade, yeah, he makes it out. Shots are fired, but the exchange is happening as Blaze is channeling through the altar too. And there we have it, 28 against 32, very close still here in game number 1. But the experience, that's a bit of a different story. Now, some of that will pan out in favor of the Snowflakes as they're starting to catch these waves that have been pushed out, but they're not going to catch up completely in experience here. So already a slight advantage for the Abathar team, since they could soak the side lane with Abathar's body and, of course, the symbiote. And they will get the early level 10. Mule, of course, on level 7, as usual, is the pick. And, well, let's see what we're going to get with this. We have on level 10 already the slowing sands for Chromie. Yeah, nice wall stun against Masquerade here. I don't think they can get too much done. They might actually be able to kill him now that I look at it. Brightwing comes in and helps out. And since they have the level 10 already, that little aggression has been shut down. But I gotta say, that was a pretty cool move. And Lauber is just looking at one small stun after another. He definitely paid attention in the math. Now, in this case, they can shut the Abathar copy down super quickly here, thanks to that stun. Talking about stuns, we at the top is in trouble. That jet propulsion got interrupted perfectly by the Quasar and nearly led to a kill here, so he's still fine. Now that both of the teams have the level 10, let's see what they're going to pull off of this. We got the Lightning Breath for Diablo. And, well, here they go. They're trying to make the play again with Stukov. Nice. And, oh, Masquerade against the shield. Oh, that looked so good for the blue team for just a moment here. But nice save as well. Yeah, good job keeping him alive. Playing this out again. Trying to also set up another potential kill here, but Urel is leading the charge. Nick, on the other hand, yeah, the jet propulsion misses as Lauber pushes the target out. He was, of course, hoping to go for the dominate here, but couldn't. They're still fighting this out as Imperius is battling with Chromie at the bottom of the map over the altar. Kill versus a kill thus far. And here we go. Couple of quick hits coming in against Lauber. So far, so good. Topside Abathar is pushing this out, sitting all the way up at the front. Hazu with the repositioning here. As an old RTS pro, he of course has that macro that's needed here. Always paying attention to the minimap. And now they're fighting over the bottom of the map again with the copy coming in. A double Ophia. And they're trying to get a quick kill in, but Yui is stunning them out with the jet propulsion in the backline. Bunkers up too and blocks them so they can isolate Urel. At least trying to. She pops the ult, still alive, and jumps after Chromie, and Chromie could die. Hazu loses the copy, and that actually saves Dino. Hazu losing the copy saves Dino, and instead they go for Nick, but he makes it out. Diablo coming in, medallion used by Masquerade. They're all moving. I can't believe that nobody died here. Seriously? First Chromie survives, and then the entirety of Washed Up just walks away from the battle? You gotta be kidding me. Now maybe going for Masquerade. Oh, he turns it around. They're trying to drop Lauber instead. Masquerade is so low, and so is Urel. It's just insane. Ixie at the front is doing as much damage as he possibly can and providing shield after shield. Finally a kill coming in, but it seems like Blaze is also going to get dropped. They can take down Urel in the same move though. So it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the Snowflakes, and they are looking good. There's the channel, and the shots are fired. Abathur still sitting at the top, 24 against 32 now. Yeah, and Abby is starting to not only break through the wall, but he is also attempting to put some additional damage onto the fort itself. With the two kills to their name, we now have the Snowflakes also moving in for the next pumpkin camp. So they're taking this one down without any big trouble. But this is... they're fighting over every single inch of this map right from the get-go. And I love it. I absolutely love it. This is exactly what you want to see here. So, nicely done. 3 against 2 on the kill count right now. Still wave clear, of course. I mean, normally it's Urel's job and Blaze's job to rotate between the lanes and push this out. The dynamic changes slightly if you have an Abathur on your side. You still want to have Urel make those moves, but if she can't, if she has to be somewhere else on the map and help the team, then Abathur can take over with no problem at all. They're starting to make the play here. Lightning Breath. Banana H is a bit low here and gets zoned out completely. They're still looking for the fight, and Banana H is low. Brightwing is in trouble, and well, Brightwing is down. Yep, that's a grilled fruit fly here. She got barbecued hard. Level 13 talents on both sides. Hazu is also getting obliterated again on the copy. Loses this one. And I don't know, the Snowflakes are starting to pull ahead a little bit. Now, again, on the experience side, they're struggling, of course, to match Abathur's Soak, but they're doing well when it comes to controlling these team fights. It's more or less a question of whether or not they can get additional kills and make up for the Abathur position here, especially the experience. But right now, they're doing fairly well with that. If they can take the bottom bell tower, for example, that's a lot of potential momentum. Ooh, he's already moving down, which means they're losing the entire wave over here. So they're going for the altar, but apparently the team called him down to help with the channel, which means that they are losing on the experience top side, and that's actually starting to become more and more of a problem. If they don't counter soak, then that Abathur positioning might lead to an early 16 or even 20. Good wall. They're burning down the bunker very, very quickly over here. And off we go. A bit more damage right now. Still the lead for the blue team. But again, you gotta be careful. The red team can always come back. With Abathur bringing them to an early 16 and 20, there's a big chance of that happening. Hazu is sitting far back, by the way. Didn't reposition his body after initially Blaze moved towards the top. And here comes the copy. It's copy time again. And they are actually going in with the double of Fia again. Hazu loses the copy. Orphea is down. Brightwing is dead too. It's a double kill, baby. And they're moving in for Urel and Imperius. Both of them seem to be able to make it out. Abathur has jumped towards the front again at the top keep, at the top bell tower, to make sure that he soaks a bit more experience, but will have to retreat soon as Blaze is going to try and move over. But again, they have that slight lead here. The kills, honestly, the kills is really what makes it work right now for the Snowflakes. Them getting kills allows them to close the gaps that Abathur opens up in experience. If they don't get these kills, then they are in trouble. And getting those kills is pretty tricky for them, as you can see. The entire time they've been struggling here. But the blue team is now not only closing the gap, but they're also slightly taking over in experience, which allows them for an early level 16 talent. Damage output, 57,000 for Orphea. Abathur himself is sitting at 35k. Like, Abathur is more than the top damage dealer from the Special Snowflakes, who is currently sitting at 31,000, so Chromie doing the job here. Zarya, by the way, a close second for the blue team. With level 16 now on both sides, off we go. Oh, we got the extra speed on 16 from Abathur. Alright, going for the boost. And we reconverted the bell tower at the bottom of the map. It's looking good for the Snowflakes. I'm pretty sure this is actually the map that they also won, or one of the maps that they won in the winner bracket final, when they faced off against Washed Up already. But here we go. Here comes the push again. They're trying to go for another play against Urel as Diablo engages and goes for the domination. Abathur is sitting in the middle. Blaze is moving towards the top. Probably even hoping to get a kill against Abby, but doesn't get it. I mean, you should see also the Locust in the middle. It's still a 4-man defense at the bottom of the map, but it's all about the experience for him right now. And with triple altars activating, that could be a severe blow against Team Washed Up, if they can claim that. But ults are all back up with the exception of Orphea. She is the only one who doesn't hold her ult currently. So everybody else is still sitting tight. Good control at the bottom. What about Blaze? Is he going to move in for the top left? Currently he doesn't. Instead he goes for the experience. We have a play against Masquerade here. Channel is in. And Ixia gets it. Gets the channel, nicely done. And that's 5 shots fired. Easy 5 shots. If they get the top left 2, they're dropping them down to 10 points. And that seems likely. The fight, on the other hand, is not over yet. Fear comes in with the old Lauber. Oh, and he moves out. 5 more shots fired, 10 points against 29. Solid ground here for the Snowflakes. Solid ground for sure. Yeah, and they still hold on to the bottom bell tower, which is, of course, one of the most important things to stay attached to. Again, Lauber gets attacked here. I don't think our bad boy has died yet, has he? No, Lauber hasn't died once. Definitely eating his wheat bix today. But the game isn't over by any means. It's still level 17 versus 17. There might be a discrepancy in kills, but there is no difference in experience right now. At least not a significant one. And they are still trying to retake bot lane, which they definitely should. Urel is sitting in the wings here. Sees Blaze coming in. Won't be able to do a whole lot about that. Jet propulsion misses, but again, he's safe. That's all that matters for now. Abathur takes over up at the top, and they're still holding on to the bottom. Someone will have to eventually move topside again to deal with the Lavinian waves that are pushing through. You can't fall behind once that 20 is on the line. But, of course, there's a huge gap. I mean, there's a third of the points on the core that Washed Up has now compared to what we're seeing from the special Snowflakes. And this is only game 1. This is only game number 1 right here. Yeah. Blaze comes in, gets all of the experience. No problem for him at all. And that brings them a huge chunk closer to level 20. And the defense at the bottom of the map is still going strong. Double altar activating. And guys, keep in mind, with the double altar active right now, this could be the end of the game. If the Snowflakes win it and still hold, like if they win both altars and they hold on to the bottom bell tower, that's 10 points. That's 10 points of the core right there. Abathur's already sitting at the top. But Zarya used the ult. Now one of the altars should at least go, like the bottom altar should easily go over to the blue team. That should not be a problem. It's more so the middle that we're worried about. But then again, yeah, Chrome is moving in. And it's all about, it's going to be about the top. Chrome is already channeling. That's 5 points. They're gonna push them into the double digits right now. Where's the bunker? There it is. Bunker's already up. First 5 shots are fired. This is for all the marbles right here. They dropped the copy. Copy is already gone. That was a quick one. It was a very quick one. Can they get the rest too? He gets barbecued. Lauber comes in, interrupts the channel, top side, retake attempt by Abathur. I don't think he's going to be able to pull that one off in time, but the minion wave pushes in and drops the fort a little bit lower, the bell tower. Maybe they can grab it. Here comes already the mule. Abathur can always jump in with the symbiote and try and interrupt them, so that one gets burned down. They're attempting the channel, and if they zone enough, they might just be able to get it. Guys, they're getting it. This is it. This is game. This is over. GG. Game number 1 ends in favor of the Snowflakes as they take the 2-0 lead in this best of 7. Game number 2. Yep, we got the 2-0 lead already, but it's still the second game. Winner bracket advantage for the Snowflakes. Yeah, and they won the second game, so they need 2 more wins in this best of 7 in order to win the series and crown themselves the champion here of the Nexus Cup. We are on Brax's holdout on the left side of the map. We on Rexa for the blue team. You are on Ana, Ixia on Zarya. We got Dino and Gazlo. Lauber on Nubarak. And on the right side of the map, Washed Up with Dequaza on Deathwing. We got Banana H on Stukov, Hazops on Junkrat, Nick on Tracer, that promises to be fun, and Masquerade is playing Tyrael. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny to me that we are in Brexit right now, so that's not a map that you see all too often. Since this is a best of 7 series though, it was a bit more likely that that would happen. And yeah, everybody's just still waiting in those bushes and thinking if they can maybe set something up here. Now, of course, this is still on the patch where Gazlo was, let's call it a little bit overpowered. The current patch that has dropped a couple of days ago is already nerfing him, so we'll see how much of an impact that's going to have. The patch in general has changed a lot again, so there will be changes, but at least in this situation for the grand final, we still had the Gazlord on the side lane, and therefore in a one-on-one against the Deathwing right now. It's kind of funny if you're thinking about it, because like Deathwing is just like sitting there, looks at the Goblin and is like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? This is what I have to fight now? Are you guys serious? So yeah, Deathwing is all the way up at the top. Braxis was always a bit of a weird map because it's one of the maps where you have just like this top lane situation where if any hero can really win the 1 versus 1 situation, you're finding yourself in a good spot. I'm a little bit surprised that Rek'Sai is actually not making a top side because he's normally very good here. Also against Deathwing, simply because it's not about beating the hero on lane, but it's just controlling lane experience plus the objective, which really makes Rek'Sai so unique. It's what sets him ahead in on Dragonshire, and what gives him an advantage here too. But of course, with other heroes making it into the meta, like for example Gazlowe, the situation shifted a little bit, and they're relying heavily on the frontline setup. The entire setup is a little bit wild, honestly, that we're seeing from the Snowflakes. And it reminds me a bit of this draft that we've seen just recently, where they played with the D.Va as a main tank position. It's not quite where we are right now, but it's a very melee-heavy setup that they're running here right now. And against the Sanctification on the other side, this could start to get a bit annoying. So we'll see how this is going to work out as the game continues. It's going to be, of course, a very beefy setup that they have to deal with here. But talking about beefy, it seems like the bug is not beefy enough and gets taken down right away. Goodbye, my friend. And there's a second kill. Oh, counter kill. Can they get a bit more? Ixia seems like he's going to fall too. Oh, Nick! Yeah, but kills all over the way. So we have 3 kills against 1. Good job by Washed Up. Good start into this one. Again, you gotta put yourself into their shoes, right? They are 0-2 currently in this series, and they really need to put some points onto the board. So that's what they're trying to do here, getting the early kills, gain a bit of momentum, and starting to slowly bring it in here. Topside damage against Tyrael, but Hazu is creating some space for him with the mines and helps him to get out. But look at the beacon progress, 94 against 36. Now, of course, if you're at 94, no matter what happens, you're pretty much a winner right there. It's only a question of whether you can keep your opponent low or not. But we're gonna see either way, I suppose. Yeah, at this point we're gonna see either way 2 very solid minion waves coming through. And then it's more so a question of wave clear than anything else. And with, well, Deathwing, Molten Flame, with Junkrat, got quite a bit of wave clear on your hands that you can use in that spot. But it's still a play of the Ring Around the Rosie setup here, and with 46%, maybe a chance to bring this back. So let's have a look at this. They're starting to make the jump here. Griefer. There's the kill against Misha, so bye-bye Little Bear, and topside pressure. Hazu's the only one dealing with this. I suppose that we're going to see him get some help in a moment, because he'll definitely need it, and that's exactly what's happening here. Bot lane is getting pressured though, with that mini wave. It was only, what was it, 46% against 100. Still getting some damage in. But at the top, this is obviously hurting a little bit more. Now the objective hasn't really properly scaled into the late game. I love the setup against Dino. Nicely played by Hazuops. Comes in with the mine, catapults him over the wall, and that's the end of it. Nicely done. And that allows them another kill. 4 kills to 1. It also shuts down the aggression a bit topside. Still making the play here against Lauber. Went for the bed of barbs on his level 4. And Ana is dead again, and so is Lauber. Damn, they are running them down right now. They are really running them down. 6 kills to 1. Seems like after game number 1 in this series, Washed Up got a little bit mad and was just like, okay boys, let's buckle up over here and make sure that we're not falling behind even further. Don't want to go for a reverse sweep over here. Let's make sure that on Braxis we are going to drop them. And they are doing everything they can to accomplish that. They break through the wall at the top already. We have an early level 7 in the hands of the red team. And they are just crushing it. They are locking down Ixia. And if they could have followed up with the Junkrat mine in this case, that might have been another kill. Just taking the fountain alone down is already a huge win though. For the same reasons that we usually state. And on this map it's even more important than on many others, because you don't have a mid lane that you can easily move to if you're trying to drink from the fountain. So that's a big, big step. And they're still an entire level ahead, so that's huge too. So let's see how this is going to work out for them. Up at the top, Hazu is still dealing with the waves. And he has a bit of an assist now thanks to the camp that they have here. But that experience lead for the red team is honestly worrying me a little bit. Snowflakes have to somehow bring this back, and I think the only way that they can do that at this point is kills. An early, like in level 10, with a level lead would be insane. So if they can drop Nick, for example, that would be a great start. Just gain a bit of momentum, maybe allow them also to get a camp here. But an early level 10 with a level lead on it could mean boss. might mean fort. So there's a lot of things that you can actually pull off if you're washed up and you get the earlier heroic ability. So that could be the case here. But we'll wait. The thing is that Dino is also getting attacked right now, and he dies again. Nick is still playing this out quite nicely. I mean, those turrets, he needs to be careful of them whenever he goes for a position like this. But just look how heavily ahead they are. This is actually getting a bit nuts. Right now, Washed Up is just turning this completely. And they're looking for even more kills. Hazov wants to take the camp top side. Yeah, jumps out. They're trying to turn it against Ana. They're going to steal their camp away. They're going to do more than that, aren't they? Yes, Ana is down. They are murdering them. They are absolutely murdering them. They're eating these guys for breakfast at this point. I mean, Misha is going to fall in just a second. Nick is still riding around. They're trying to go for Ixe here. Lauba is in trouble. Level 10 abilities already. They steal the camp. They can't get the kill against Ixia, but now what do they go? Do they go for Fort? Do they go for Boss? I mean, they have heroic abilities, for crying out loud. And it seems like they're trying to get another kill against Ixia. They can't quite yet, but they're going for the objective. They still push the top side. They try to push the fort here. They go for the objective at the same time, capturing the beacon at the top. Now Deathwing is taking the one at the bottom. That won't be contested anytime soon. And they can make a play for boss if they want to. They have so many options right here. But they have to make a decision, honestly. Or at least they should. It seems like they're absolutely content of just simply getting the objective, though. Playing it a bit better safe than sorry. But they lose the bot lane. Problem is that Dino has to be careful. He's dead. He's dead. He is dead. Now, they lost the top beacon again, but once more, Dino falling here. It's a 5 versus 4. And they can still go for the boss if they really want to. And it seems like this time they're just saying, hey, with Gazlowe gone, with us having level 10, why wouldn't we? We have the Sanctification, we got everything we need, we have zone control with Junkrat, so we can take that too. And talking Junkrat, he's the one retaking, oh no, actually he starts to help out a little bit before he retakes the beacon. But they're going to take this boss more or less for free. Yeah, that's a freebie right here. They're crushing them. They're honestly crushing them. They're stealing everything right now. They're coming in right now, they beat them up, they take their lunch money, they steal the girlfriend, they steal the car, everything that was Snowflakes is now theirs. Everything is taken. And this is gonna lose them. I mean, topside fort is likely gonna fall if this continues. Bottom of the map, the boss is moving in right now. They're getting slapped hard. If they lose the objective now too, imagine this being 100-0. Look at this, look at this move alone. You have to defend the beacon, but you also have to defend your fort. What are you giving up here? And if you lose another hero, then you're in even more trouble. At least they have a level 10 at this point. Robo-Goblin is in, but I don't know. This is just tough going. Bottom beacon has been taken. Topside Gazlowe is attempting to at least hold on to it. But here we have Deathwing coming in deep as the fort falls. And they're looking for kills, and they might even get them. I mean, if Tracer is able to just connect with anybody there in the back line, there's a Sanctification already out. They go for Ixe. He nearly goes down. They barely save him. And still damage towards the front. Yeah, and topside, Hazu is damaging this out. And guess who? It's Deathwing. And he's coming into play, baby. Yeah, right there. We have an easy one as they're taking this. But at the bottom of the map, the reclaim is also ready. Now the issue, the problems don't stop here. If you look at experience, then you'll see that with level 13 now so close, there's a consistent advantage that will be in the hands of Washed Up for a long time to come. With 9 kills to 1, they're dominating the map. They have taken the bottom fort, which means passive experience is now increased for them too. The level 13 talent is something they're going to have in a second, which is, by the way, the reason why now the blue team is posturing this aggressively. They were hoping to force the fight before level 13. That's not possible anymore. So outside of them getting a kill against inferior numbers, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, missed out on the sleep dart. That could have been a kill potentially against Nick, but now it seems like Rexa is going to fall. Rexa's in trouble. They save him for now. Alright, good on them. Topside is pushing with the camp. That could be the end of the fort, depending on how this goes. And there's still no level 13 talent for the Snowflakes. Subterranean Shield on level 7 for Nubarok, by the way. I'm gonna see what happens around 16 again, and yeah, the top fort is eating damage, and a lot of it too. Gazlowe is the one dealing with it, but now the entire focus of the map has shifted towards the top side. The bottom beacon is under the control of Washed Up. If they win this here at the top, it's gonna be 100% to the nearly 0. Only 18% for the team in blue. And they lose Ana again. Nick survives. Raxa goes down. 11 kills, 2-1. And Dino dies too. Dino is dead. That's 3 heroes down. Ixia falls as well. The only one that is still in play is the Bug. The top fort has been taken. They go for the camp. They are shitting all over them right now. 13 kills to 1. Brutal, brutal performance. Washed Up is murdering them. Absolutely killing them here. This is a mad wave that is going through the top now. It's a 100% wave against just like this. I mean, hello. And they come in with another camp too. So, yeah, this is a disaster for the blue team. I talked about the draft a little bit at the beginning of the game. It seemed a little bit strange. Yeah, it is a bit reminiscent of what they were trying to pull off with these D.Va main tank combos. But they are getting absolutely shellacked over here. 54,000 damage on Deathwing alone, 40,000 for Tracer. Misha is dead again. I mean, things are just dying all over the place here. Riptire comes through, Sanctification. They're diving in deep, and just look at Tracer. Nick is using the hero like a surgeon uses a scalpel, comes in and takes 1 kill after another. They're gonna lose the game right here, right now. Only 2 survivors are still there. Scratch that, only 1. Rexa's the only one standing. And he stays far away from it. He's just dancing. He knows what's happening. He knows this is over. And yeah, that was a quickie. 12 minutes. And it's a big W for Washed Up as they are putting the first point onto the board here. Nicely done. Game number 3, everybody. All right, let's go. The winner bracket advantage gave the initial point to the Snowflakes, but now we have the series, well, pretty much just like tied in the games that we've seen, right? Now we're heading into game number 3, and let's see which team is taking the victory here. Washed Up definitely made a big step towards making the series a bit more exciting. They absolutely ruffle-stomped their opposition on the last map. Now looking on to Cursed Hollow, we have Dino for the blue team on Gazlo, Lauber on Diablo, we on Deathwing, Ixia on Abathar, and Iwa on Stukov. So we got our Abathar combo over here. Still an interesting one. So Abathar, I guess, on Diablo or Gazlo? Okay. Maybe Gazlo with a full-on robo setup. Washed Up on the right side of the map with Hazobs on Chromie, Banana H on Lucio. We got Malthael played by Nick. The Quasar on Dehaka, and Masquerade is playing Imperious. I'm so used to activating in my normal UI the bottom panel for the talents that I kind of do it automatically whenever I use this UI as well. And then I see this like ugly, massive panel coming up that obstructs half the screen. I'm just like, ugh. And I was like, nope, not happening. Not happening. Does that thing look good in any way? Exactly, exactly. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. So, okay, so now that we're heading into the game, we have a couple of globals here that we definitely have to point out. So Abathar can, of course, play a huge part in this. Nice dodge. I like it. And the Haka gets out. But I want to also talk about the fact that we now have, well, we got Deathwing in, and in addition to that, we also got Dehaka. And Dehaka is honestly a hero that you don't really see all that often these days. I like that we have him at least on Cursed Hollow right now. That's pretty cool. He can definitely offer a lot of flexibility on the globals at least. So he will be able to side soak and also put a bit of pressure on the Abathar. Let's not forget about that. If Abby moves out too far on lane, then there could theoretically be a Dehaka move towards that side. A quick drag and the slug is down. Dehaka loves to eat slugs. Part of the menu. But let's see where this is headed. I mean, again, this is the best of 7 series, so the first team to 4 points is going to take it and is going to crown themselves the champion of the tournament and take the majority of the prize money. We now, first of all, got Chromie already taking the camp at the bottom. This time we actually get to see a traditional setup. I was talking in one of the previous games on Cursed Hollow that wasn't really the case, but now we're back to the normal rotation on objective number 1. The team that has the Siege Giant camp spawn farthest away from the tribute takes that camp last after initially claiming their Bruiser camp. And vice versa, of course, different on the other side. So that's pretty much what's happening right now. Chromie is trying to at least get a little bit of value out of the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map. We have Lucio a bit isolated, but Banana H is able to zip out with no real problems over here, so no big deal for him. Needs to be careful with all those toxic nests that are on the map now. So there's that. And at the same time, now that we're looking at the level 4 talents, we also have Needle Spine on Abathar. There's always a bit of a question of what exactly are we going to get to see from him. Is he jumping into any additional level 4 talent? We had some Toxic Nest builds in the past too. You can make an argument for Toxic Nest builds on Cursed Hollow as well, since you have a lot of rotations usually happening there. There's a lot of close quarters around those tribute spawns where you can just mine up. Provides a lot of vision, slows the opponent down, makes the life just a little bit harder. But of course, if you have one hero in particular that you want to emphasize a little bit with a symbiote, then you want to go into one of those spike burst builds most of the time. But either way, now that we're having Masquerade channeling this one in, nobody is ready for the interrupt. Everybody is just like zoning around it. So that's a freebie for Washed Up as they get the first tribute here. The Haka still sitting up at the top. And the rule of thumb still holds true. In the early game, Abathar teams can be put under pressure on a macro level, especially if you're pushing with, let's say, a 4-man, a specific lane. We're not quite in that position right now for Washed Up. It's not like they're running a Grey main here or any hero that can obliterate a wall within seconds. But they are still trying to exploit the fact that they have 5 bodies on the map now, compared to what we are seeing from the Snowflakes. Good drag, by the way, against the Siege Giant topside. That's one of the best things you can do in order to prevent a lot of damage being done against you. Now, Deathwing has to be careful against Malthael as the game continues, of course. Beautiful Deathwing skin, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. That's how I like my Deathwing, not that chicken skin that we see so often these days. Either way, level 7 talents are ready for both teams. And, of course, down to the bottom of the map, we still have Chromie actually side laning in this case against Dino. Yeah, not really where House wants to be right now, but still, gotta do what you gotta do. Bosses will be up soon. We're already 4 minutes in. At the 5 minutes mark, at the 5-minute mark, both of them will spawn. And now the attempt of the Snowflakes to get a tribute for themselves. And they have a bit of a better position right now, but Lauba is getting bullied hard as this happens. He doesn't really have a whole lot of souls, but he's still able to set up the kill and then take Banana H down. Now Lauba himself dies too, so it's a trade 1-for-1, but well, the healer is gone. That's a problem. Well, talking about healers gone, Stukov is dead too. So I guess Deathwing regrets his choice to get in there, so now he's completely getting body blocked. The fact that you can't get stunned doesn't mean that you can't get body blocked, so they are absolutely bodying them in this one. 3 kills to 1, and the second tribute also taken. Half a level lead already. Good start. Washed Up. Lots of momentum for them right now. I really like it. Game number 1 didn't really look too good for them, and then on the second one they did extremely well. So yeah, starting to make their plays over here. Top side, Abathar is trying to counter soak, wants to... I mean, again, the idea is that you are trying to make sure that your third objective isn't happening with your opponent having a level 10 advantage over you. And those hopes are more or less gone already, because as you can see, the tribute is spawning now, level 10 is there. They have 26 seconds to soak pretty much the entire level. So good luck making that happen. With slowing sands and them being able to set a position up early, they should be able to pull that off. But the Snowflakes are trying for a different play instead. They're going for the boss. The problem is that this already gets called out. So the entire attempt was pretty much based on the hopes that the opponent wouldn't see it. And now that the Haka said, "Hello boys, I'm here, what you doing?" That was an easy time for them to make that work. Deathwing takes to the skies, which means that Banana H is going to be a little bit pissed off in just a second. Nope. Yep, there we go. Interrupts are starting, but they're pushing in the middle now. And now we have level 10 on both sides. So at least there's that. The Haka, still the global at the bottom of the map, so the Quasar can move towards the fight at any point. And Dino can't leave. With those 2 Siege Giants being around, Dino just cannot leave. But the 1 versus 1 doesn't get respected by the blue team. Yeah, there's the Mule now getting dropped too. Abathar is going to try and interrupt. Can't, and that is the end of it. Mule getting dropped, Symbiote on top of it, and then you can interrupt, but it was just a half a second too late. And now the blue team is cursed. Guys, I don't know, but this is starting to look a bit like a speedrun here. We already had an insane situation on Brax's holdout, and now we're looking at potentially the same kind of play on map number 3. But then again, with that kill against Lucio and Masquerade about to fall, I guess that shuts the curse down. That's one way to defend the curse. Diablo's at least down. Ixir, can they get another kill? Copy is lost, okay. And they're starting to make the play over here. Nick is incredibly low, by the way.
Oh, can someone get a hit? Hello, team?
Yeah, goodbye. Alrighty. So he's dead too. Nicely done. And yeah, let's have a look at the map. Now we're having a fort at the bot lane that will be destroyed. And up at the top side, Abathar is trying to do what he can. Now keep in mind that he has Mule. So if this is safe, then he can mule it up. So someone should probably try and move towards the top and put the finishing blow in. If they don't do that, Abathar will drop that Mule super quickly. Yeah, Mule is already in. So he already drops the Mule. They need someone at the top if they want to take that fort down. And they should. They really should make that rotation. And for the blue team, it will be a question of whether or not they can make their own move quickly. Camp is now taken, but both are looking for the boss instead. Which is fine as well. I mean, if you get the boss, then the top fort will fall. Abathar won't be able to mule it up enough in order to prevent that from happening. And it's going to be an exchange of boss spots. Bottom boss against top boss. Noteworthy after we've now seen the Gravo Goblin a couple of times that we have the Gravo Bomb. The Robo Goblin. Mixing talents here. Gravo Goblin. That's an interesting one. What is that? The Robo Goblin with a miniature Gravo Bomb or something? Like, I have no idea. But yeah, that top fort will fall to the boss. That's going to be an easy pick. Bot lane. That's more so interesting. Yeah, right now, that's a bit of a question of whether or not they can make a play here, especially with this boss now moving through the wall, or having to move through the wall. Bit of an approach in the mid lane, though, against Dino. Yeah, Lauba still trying to play this out. There is the Gravo Bomb, and Banana Age gets away. Yeah, the turret damage was pretty significant, though, so that could have been a win. Lauba goes down. That's a stack for Malthael. Nice. That's early cooldown reduction for him already. And they get another one. 6 kills, 2-4. And top side, yeah, well, fort is down as expected, and that boss is still doing a bit of work at... it's actually going to get one of those towers, isn't it? Yeah. Boss gets some damage. Kalthus! Yeah. No Kalthus in this game, bro. But can they maybe take down the fort here too? They're crushing this right now. Malthael is already on the point. 13 talents on both sides. With the Virulent reaction, you saw Stukov lock him down here. And they're still trying to go for Masquerade. Can they get that kill? I don't really think so. Nah, the problem is that now it turns against Deathwing and he needs to be careful. But he makes it out. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Easy peasy down here. Honestly, they are just brawling. Last 2 games were just so aggressive, and this hasn't changed. Even a little bit. With 2 forts eliminated, and leading experience, the camp moving through the middle, another tribute now spawning topside. Washed Up is looking good. Looking really good here. And if Nick can get a few more stacks on his level 10, then in the late game he's going to be an absolute monster. Abathar's Soma Transference is now going to help to keep the blue boys alive a bit longer. And I love that we have the entire time just Dehaka playing that global game. That's actually something that I've missed quite a bit. To have heroes that really will stay on that side lane for a long time and then try and global it up as much as they can. And just look at the pressure here in the middle. Even with Mule already dropped, that fort is struggling. And he's still pushing at the bottom. Now Apocalypse up at the top. They're trying to go for a bit of a wombo play, but they can't. And Lauba goes down. They're losing this regardless of the fact that Dehaka was still bot side. He has now moved in and is trying to help them turn it. But oh boy, is the blue team losing ground. Fort in the middle has now fallen. Abathar is taking the bottom of the map and defends it, but as you can tell, the wall has already lost a lot of hit points. Level 16 talents is now ready. They are more than a level ahead. Washed Up has totally turned up the heat on them. I mean, completely. They've started to put in some serious work here after they lost the initial map, and it started to look grim for them. Now with 7 kills to 4, they're already starting to take down the top wall. The bot wall has taken damage. All the forts are gone. They haven't taken down a single major structure. The only thing that gives them maybe a little bit of hope is that at the bottom of the map they dropped the wall and the fountain, but that's about it. That fort is still there. So catapults are now pushing only for one team. And Lauba and his boys, they are struggling, to say the least. And honestly, with the composition here, how do they bring this back? Who is the hero that can really poke from a distance to an extent that would really help them? They have the level 16, so that's half the battle. That's what they needed to do. They need to bring, with 16 now, some of the fights to their opponent. Especially since the last 4 tributes in a row have now gone over to Washed Up, and tribute number 5 has already the early position for Washed Up as well. And the only thing is, there's no fountain down here. So at least they can't pre-tap. Won't be able to do that. Top side, that's where we have the Dehaka still pushing this out. So there's that. And off we go, off to the races. Damage output, as you can see right here. Yeah, one more attempt with a grabber bomb, but another kill against Diablo. That's the second stack right here. They take down Stukov, the copy is down, and now they're starting to chase Dino as well. This is an absolute crushing play. Washed Up is going through the Snowflakes like hot butter through cheese, seriously. Could see like hot butter through snow. But either way, Masquerade is channeling another tribute. That's the 5th one in a row that is secure here. Deathwing can delay this a little bit. He won't be able to prevent it completely. We're already seeing the Bruiser camp now taken, and that's an opportunity to move more through the middle, maybe take the wall down here. Bot side, of course, getting pushed by the Siege Giants. This... oh, ouch. Just ouch. I mean, seriously, this hurts watching. Like, where's the path back into the game, you know? 1.5 levels behind, this deep into the game, this is going to hurt you. Mid wall is destroyed, bottom of the map. I don't really think that the Siege Giants are going to be able to destroy the entire thing, but the Mule even has to put in some overtime in order to prevent this. And just look what kind of plays are being made here by Washed Up. They move topside right now to ensure that they are going for boss. They have, with all the vision on the map now, an idea of what exactly the opposition is doing. Snowflakes had to go topside in order to contest this, which allows the Haka to push out the bottom of the map even further and get more value out of the Siege Giants. So it's just a full-on macro blow that we're seeing here. They're bitch slapping them into oblivion at this point. They can't do anything. The hits just keep coming. The hits just keep coming the entire time. You have the Haka using the macro level at bot lane. I love this move. I love that they actually stole this away, but they paid for it. They paid for it. Bot lane keep is taking damage right now. Now the Haka is there, and he can push this even further. And Abathar, hello team? What? Alright, so much for that. Abathar is down, and that's the end of the keep. Topside fight over the boss is continuing. Level 20 will be there soon. The Haka can now move in and help out here. This is a 5 versus 4 now. They are a little bit low, but they might just be able to pull this one off. And if they get this now too, that would be a disaster. He steals away. Yeah, Deathwing steals it, and he... no! Get wrecked! Mid-flight! They dropped him mid-flight. That's another stack for Malthael. Dino is down, 4 heroes eliminated. Can they go core? I mean, they should be able to, right? We're only 14 minutes in, so death timers are not really all that high. But you still have Siege Giants. Stukov is also that 5-man team wipe, ladies. They're going for core. Why wouldn't they? They end the game, of course. Look at this, he's even channeling. They don't need him right now. They're going for the channel. They go for it just in case that they can't end it right here. There's a curse. Core gets attacked. Abathar is back. That doesn't do anything. I mean, he has Mule. If they can save it somehow, then that would help. But that is game. Honestly, that's a tie in the best of 7. Washed Up. They're starting to turn the series around. That's a victory on Cursed Hollow for the red team, as they are tying the series against the Snowflakes here in the grand final. Game number 4, the series is tied and we are on Alderac Pass. On the left side, once again with the Slug, we have the Snowflakes with Ui on Abathar, Ixion Rexa here in this grand final. Dino is tracering it up. Tracer Abathar. That could get nasty. We have Lauban Johanna and here we are on Stukov. And it is Vikings time, baby. Hazorbs on the Lost Vikings. We got Banana H on Uther, Masquerade on Zarya, Nick on Chromie, and Imperius, played by Dayquaza. Yeah, party time. So, in this case, again, if you're on a big map like this, Vikings, oftentimes you want to make sure that you're soaking 2 lanes, while your 4-man normally pushes down 1 lane. That's where Zarya also excels at. If you have her in a 4-man, that usually means that there's a lot of pressure going on there. So we'll see how much they can get out of this one. And yeah, it's cool to see the Vikings here too. And right from the beginning, I want to make sure that this misconception that some players on lower levels have, that with Vikings you need to dominate the experience gain in the early stages of the match, that's totally silly. So Vikings usually start to excel as the game opens up a little bit. Now, of course, as I said, if you are trying to push with the 4-man and the Vikings control the 2 lanes, that's always great. But it doesn't mean that you are hitting the early levels. Level 10, you can, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee that. So Vikings oftentimes unfold their real potential when we're heading into the later stages. The map opens up a little bit. You can really dominate with the Vikings. You come into the play again in a team fight. You have the stun on level 16 if you want to engage in team fights, and that helps you to destroy the opponent's backline. So all of this is gonna play out here. Also, while we're at it, it doesn't really apply to the game here, but this thought that some people still seem to have whenever they talk about the Vikings, that if you get a Li Ming, for example, against Vikings, it's an automatic free win for you, is also completely not true. Good Viking player with jump will always play around that, and Li Ming actually is in trouble after level 16 when the Vikings make a move for her. So a good Viking player will be able to play around this. This hard counter thinking that some people still have with Heroes of the Storm is not by any means as dominant as it is in other games. And yeah, just try to nip that one in the butt here right away. But either way, as we're now starting with all of this up, we got level 3 on both sides. Vikings already soaking the 2 lanes. And the interesting part is that in this case, normally you are focusing one of the auxiliary lanes and you're going either to the top or the bottom. In this case, though, you have a situation where the only camp outside of boss camps on the map is actually in the middle. That means that you want to push this oftentimes, and this is what we're seeing here. But you don't have to. You can decide on any lane, but it seems like the thought process is really to play around those camps a little bit. So they're making the 4-man push through the middle as we speak. And, well, off we go. Top side, that's already where Hazu is starting to make his way in. Again, staying alive is half the battle here. But especially with that Zarya setup, you want to make the pressure happen. Oh, and we actually got Eric the Swift. So Spy games first. That's the first thing that's happening here. And Eric the Swift is in too. There's a slight adjustments for Hazorps with the builds that he has here. But we've seen in the past is oftentimes a bit of a Balog focus, since you're trying to get a lot of wave clear, and Balog can then pretty much solo a lot of the things on any given map. That helps him a lot. Now, this is obviously with the 4th game. As I mentioned, there was a winner's bracket advantage for the Snowflakes since they moved into the grand final by winning the winner bracket final, whereas Washed Up had to go through the loser's bracket. But as is, we have now 2 maps that were won in a row by Washed Up, so they are really gaining a lot of momentum here and are a bit on a roll. And that led the Snowflakes to deviate a bit away from these combos that they've been using previously and going into something where Dino plays again an agile hero that allows him to jump the backline and try and take that down. Abathur can always help out with that and has been incredibly good in the past in these combos. So yeah, Pajama Throw over here. It's gonna try to pull it off. Objective hasn't really been touched yet. That's usually the case. As long as the opponent doesn't have level 7 or you don't have level 7, you don't make those plays. And it's going to be interesting once they're pushing hard, because the problem is that the Abathur composition is quite vulnerable before level 10 against the Viking setup if those 4-man spots can push. But right now, on this map at least, Washed Up hasn't really gained as much of an advantage through this setup as you might have thought with the draft. But obviously, this is still very early in the game. Vikings are still holding on as much as they can. Balog is now sitting at the bottom of the map right now, and Hazu will probably try and also slow down any kind of rotation. But Abathur is busy on both lanes, so he's trying to soak at the top, ideally with the body, while the Symbiote is at the bottom of the map. And that setup has allowed the Snowflakes to meet a lot of the 4-man aggression in the middle of the map, so that helped them a little bit. It was nicely done. Also, again, no mule. Network Carapace is in. Network Carapace for Abathur. No mule in this case. Yeah, and they're starting to go for the attack at the top. 4 versus 4 again, and Vikings are now busy at the bot lane. And this time it will be a bit more tricky for Abathur to really do anything here, because you also want to protect your own prisoner camp, which is going to be made a little bit harder for him. But look at that! Sitting at the bottom already, and Hazu is saying like, wait a second, my friend. What are you doing here? Now Tracer is jumping straight onto Eric and is going to get that kill. Yeah, that's going to be... Well, hello? Eric! Too swift, too fast, too furious! Oh yeah, well... but he gets the heal! Yeah, he still goes down. I appreciate the heal on the Viking, but it's kind of sad that he wasn't able to make it out after all the effort that he put in there. Now we still have the bot lane pressure with Hazorps making his play. Yeah, but it's going to be a fun one. Top side, there we go. And let's see what else we're gonna be doing here. top side, yeah, Lauba is sitting here, Hazops is already connecting that. In the middle of the map, Masquerade is still holding tight. It's all about level 10 right now. I mean, you can already tell that nobody is really focusing on the objective too much. Normally, as I mentioned, we see that fight around level 7. This time we're already on level 9, nearly level 10, and we still haven't seen anybody make a serious attempt for it. Nobody's committing. Like, nobody is committing to it at all. Now that we have level 10 in just a second, for the blue team, they don't have a window that's big enough. For a sec I was thinking maybe they can make a move here with 10. Ah, they try, blessed shield. They go for Imperious. It doesn't seem like they will be able to make that work. Medallion's already getting used by Lauba as he all of a sudden finds himself the recipient of a ton of damage. And he's not the only one. That's 1 kill, that's 2 kills, that's 3 kills. It's a triple, baby. And they're going for Dino as well. Yeah, Dequaza is playing this a bit safe. Dino trying to get out here. I don't think he can. Nope, he's gonna fall. Yep, there it is. 4 kills and the prisoner camp is already getting channeled here. Oh, wow. They won 2 games in a row, and now it seems a little bit like we might see another game where Washed Up at least takes the initial lead. We've seen incredible comebacks, we've seen them in the winner bracket final, we've seen them in the grand final. But Washed Up is the team that takes the advantage here once again. Prisoner camp, this one's taken. Easy. Objective 1. 7 minutes into the game. Very, very late. They will get a bit more out of it. Scales a bit better here. But, yeah, we got the stuns. We got also the play again. Alright. Time for the Snowflakes to slowly bring this back here. But against the Vikings in this setup, this might be a bit tough. Kill here would have been important. Kill against Hazo would have been quite nice. But they can't get it. So Hazo is easily moving back. Should have maybe stayed to soak the experience here at least, but didn't. They're still moving through the middle, and that looks like a destroyed fort to me. A bit of bot lane control happening as Tracer is trying to defend in the middle of the map. They're pushing hard. Vikings are absolutely fantastic in that situation right now. And off we go. Goodbye. The fort is gone. And that Raider is nearly at full HP. Are they just trying to push for keep? Balo goes down at the bottom of the map. I don't really think that matters anymore. If they can take that wall, that would already be a big win. Keep in mind, this is the map, this is the lane where you actually have this camp pushing. The only camp on the map outside of the bosses. So taking this entire thing down is actually huge. If you can take a double camp at any point when you win a team fight, for example, this would be incredible. Abatha down against the Vikings as the middle has been attacked. Hazu gets pinged, and for good reason, and they make a play for boss now. Blue team responds with the boss attempt on their own up at the top, but oh my god, this is starting to get nasty. That's a level 13 against level 12, level ahead, 5 kills against 1. Vikings are able to control the map now a little bit more as it starts to open up. We're going to have the fort at the bot lane, very likely destroyed. Top side, I guess this one could fall. Depends if they rotate over and try to defend it. Yeah, the early start for them, but since the Vikings can still push, seems like we're just going to see a trade. The problem is that this team can actually race. Guys, we are finding ourselves in a situation where both teams are trying to race. And this team is faster. They should be faster here. They're burning this down very, very quickly. And yes, here you can already see it. They're starting to Hearthstone back because they realize that they won't be able to match the speed. And now the camp gets stolen away. So this is getting a bit dangerous for them. 1 kill against 5. Alright. Down to the bottom of the map. We have still the boss moving in. Top side, let's see where we had it there. Yep, nobody is ready to defend it. Actually, Balo comes back and is dealing with it now. But there's pressure in the middle, thanks to the camp. And there's pressure at the bottom of the map now. They are in trouble. Snowflakes are in trouble. And they don't have Mule. Keep that in mind. They do not have Mule. Now, of course, on this map, Mule is not quite as impactful once that we're talking about the core because it regenerates hit points anyways. But now their bottom keep has already taken damage. And of course, the playstyle changes a little bit for Washed Up because Mule is not available for the Snowflakes. They can just move in to take a fort down a little bit. They don't have to stay and really fully commit to it. Banana H is saying, like, what are you doing? Tickling me? That's not gonna do anything. Yeah, next prisoner camp is getting up. The top side, only the wall has been destroyed. Keep is totally fine. 16 is so close now. I don't know. That will be hard. That will be really hard. Yeah, if they don't get a kill soon, then they are in a world of pain here. And maybe in a spot where they won't be able to come back anymore. 16 talents, as I said, is huge. The Vikings are going for the camp in the middle. I talked about this a bit earlier. And yeah, they're already poking this one out. Have fun with the channel. With Chromie around, how are you going to get that done? The answer is you don't. And the Vikings, they are still playing this one out. So the camp has been taken. They can now start to move down to the bottom. This over here, by the way, they don't have the time to take it. They have to defend their own prisoner camp, which means that the mid lane is pushing. Same time, we have Eric moving top side. So he's going to try and help out here. And I don't know, but this is a tough one. If you don't win this fight, if the Snowflakes, you lose this fight, they are in a world... Like, honestly, like, how exactly are you going to play this out if you lose the fight now? You're going to lose 2 keeps at least. And they don't have level 16. They're 1.5 levels behind. And if you just let it go, then you have the objective pushing against you, and you're pretty much in the same boat. With maybe the exception that you might have level 16 by the time that it happens. This is tough. Top side still pushing, more experience coming in for Washed Up, and down here, it's just a continuous poke battle. The Abathar copy is going to be lost any second, which means that he doesn't have an ult anymore, and now they can completely control the space here. Pressure play at the top, a little bit of this all the way down at the bottom. Over here, already the damage against Lauba. They're defending the mid lane as we speak, because that wave is huge, and here comes the prisoner camp. And they're desperately trying to get the experience. I mean, Abathar is pushing out the top lane as we speak with the Symbiote. So he's going to try and get the experience towards 16. And they should be able to get it. The only question is, can they do it before the objective is claimed? I mean, Rexa is moving in and trying for the channel. So they're still fighting it out, I suppose. Yeah, and they do. Oh, good lockdown against Uther. Comes in with a stun. Uther's down. Uther is down. That's the kill they needed. And they get it. Well done. Nicely done by Dainu. Tracer Abathar. Deadly combo. Absolutely deadly combo. And looking for more damage here too. Abathar has 26,000 damage. Chromie is on 44k though. But that would be a massively important objective for the Snowflakes. And they're starting to fight back here. They're a level behind, but they're on even talents. The Vikings are sneaking it! The motherfucking Vikings! They're coming in and they're sneaking it in the back! No freaking way! No way, Hazu! Hazu sneaks it in! Oh, Rexa is dead! The Vikings are taken! Oh my god, they're taking the prisoner camp! And he just steals it away. That's insane. Now the bot lane is in trouble, the mid lane is in trouble. Oh my god! Nasty. He just like, well, I don't really have to fight you. I'm just going to run around you and take it. Balog is soaking the damage. I'm going to go for the channel. What you going to do about it? The answer is nothing. Now, look at that keep. That keep is pretty much toast before the Raider even arrives. Mid lane, yeah, of course, it's going to fall. This thing is going to fall. Guys, if they can remove a second armor shield, they might actually go for the finishing blow here. What is happening here? Seriously, what is happening? The Snowflakes win the first map in the grand final and then Washed Up all of a sudden claims map after map after map. They won 2 maps in a row now, and on the 3rd one, they look like they are going for a speed run again. Does Hazu have a date or something? Like, what's happening here? It's just like, they are just playing out of their mind all of a sudden. Completely different setup. They're going for the keep in the middle. The boss is already losing damage. Yeah, we at least have Uther down. The problem is that Johanna has also fallen. Now there's no support. Topside Fort is also in trouble, but just simply look at what's happening at the boss here. The Vikings are running in. They're trying to go for the next kill, and Stukov is in trouble. Stukov is low. He gets stunned. He is dead. 2 armor shields are gone. They want to go for Core, and they might just be able to go for it. With Zarya in the mix here, Core is already down to 50% HP, but they're moving away from it. I think they're going to simply try for boss here. Try for boss, top side, Abathar has saved it, and yeah, they're going to go for it. They're going to go for the boss, they're going to try and claim it, get level 20, and end the game right here. And what exactly are the Snowflakes supposed to do? They have only 3 heroes on the map, and they have to contest it. I mean, what else can they do? They have to try to go for the impossible here. Tracer is immediately stun-locked, barely makes it out, and gets killed a second later. Dainu! Okay, I take it back. Dainu survives. But still, gets obviously chunked down. Chunked down hard and has no chance of doing anything here anymore. Now, they have a 5-man back, and they actually have to let it leash. Alright, kudos. Snowflakes buying themselves a little bit more time. But still, level 20 is now ready, and now there's just no way. You have Redemption, you have Fury of the Storm, Impervious is in, Eric might go down, but who cares? Mid lane gets attacked already, Abathar has to help out here, and while Lauba is checking this one out, there's 1 stun, 2 stun, tons of damage already coming in, another stun, goodbye Johanna, that's a stun lock baby, you can take your Gladiator's Medallion and shove it up your ass, that's not gonna do anything. Yeah, she's dead, and that is potentially the end of the game. With that boss coming in right now, if they get another kill, and they do, they take Stukov down, they should be able to move in for the core. This is, yeah, I mean, who is going to stop them here? Tracer is now down as well, gets dropped. The only one that is rushing away is Ixir, and this is going to be the 3-2 lead for Washed Up in the series. There's no way they can defend this. No way whatsoever. Top side, Abathar has done a good job pushing this out, might even take a key, but honestly, who cares anymore? With the boss and the entire setup now moving through the bottom of the map with a level 20 advantage, who's going to stop them here? The answer is nobody. Absolutely nobody. That's going to be game, and that means that Washed Up is 1 map win away from claiming the title and crowning themselves the champion here. They go straight in for the boss. That's game. All direct pass ends in favor of Washed Up as they take the lead, winning 3 maps in a row and taking the 3-2 advantage in the best of 7 series. Game number 5. Yeah, we're playing for point number 6, but it's actually game number 5. The winner bracket advantage for the Snowflakes still kicking in. But, guys, outside of that winner bracket advantage, they got their ass kicked a little bit. So now that's 3 maps in a row that Washed Up was able to win. And now that we are here on Battlefield of Eternity, the question of course remains, can the Snowflakes finally turn this around, or is that momentum train going to hit them again and they're losing the grand final here? Washed Up needs 1 map win. That's it. In the Battlefield of Eternity, we on the left side for the blue team on Liming. We got Dino and Hanzo, good heroes against the Immortal. You on Brightwing, we got Ixia and Diva, Lauba on Muradin. And over to the right side of the map, it's Washed Up with Masquerade on Imperius. We got Hazu Ops on Reyna with the Exterminator. We got Nick on Thrall. We have Stukov on Banana H, or other way around. And Dequaza is playing the Gas Lord. Yeah, Gazi is in again, and off we go. On level 1, Force Armor for Liming. Ooh, Trash Lightning! Me likey! Nick is in the 4-man. Okay, I like it. Trash Lightning actually chosen. My question immediately, are the Snowflakes reacting somehow by maybe rotating 1 hero up to the top lane and trying to play this with a 2-3 to make it a bit harder for Nick to get any stacks together, or how they are playing this out? But I like it. Every single time you can get a Thrall into a 4-man, you can play it out with Trash Lightning. Totally fine. Most of the time, of course, we're seeing the Trolling Thunder. But this time, we're going all for the purple here, baby. So, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's going to be a huge amount of damage output for him if he is able to stack that into the late game here. Time will tell, of course. Exterminator is also quite neat now for Washed Up, since they will have a lot of damage against the Immortal. Now, to be fair, the same is true for Snowflakes. I already commented a little bit during the draft onto Li Ming and Hanzo here, so there's at least that. But that's actually going to be pretty cool. I like that. So, we're going to have a bit of a look at this and see which team takes the lead, but let's not forget that if the red team takes another victory, they will not only have taken 4 maps in a row, but they will have won the series. It would just be incredible. I mean, 4 maps in a row, seriously. So, yeah, Snowflakes better step it up a little bit and bring this back home and give us another final map. As it stands, Hazu is rotating top to start to put pressure onto Ixia, who now also realizes that obviously Gazlo is trying to go for the camp here, which means that at the bottom of the map they're making the counter play, with the blue team moving in their own attempt to do that. And hello, Nick! In a little bit of trouble here, able to get away, and gets another Chain Lightning connected too, and is able to get the hits in. Oh, Imperius, on the other hand, talking about getting hits in. Lauba jumping in like a madman, hitting the Stormbolt and allowing Li Ming to get the kill. Nicely done. Okay. Yeah, well, all of this starts to happen. I have to point something out here, by the way, and I know this is going to trigger a couple of people, but BBJ is the one that really just brings Brightwing back to the forefront again, and the guy has a preference pick on the hero. But I had so many people actually coming lately into my Twitch chat and just like telling me, hey, what do you think about Brightwing now being in the meta again? Oh my god, she's so strong. And I cast the tournaments then, where people said like she has been dominant, and I've seen her pick quite a bit. Does nobody really track the win rate? That fruit fly is losing nearly everything. There's like 1 or 2 players that are winning with the hero. Everybody else is getting fucking whacked. The opponent's team just puts out the fly swatter and baff, the fruit fly gets slapped around. So, oh, nice. Good use. Well done by Nick here. So yeah, I'm a little bit shocked by that still. I mean, again, BBJ, he definitely is able to put some serious value in the hero. The same way that we have in the past seen some players have special heroes that they're really good at. Marke with his Mephisto comes to mind, for example. Nick when he started to bring Karrigan back into the meta. There were also a couple of these things. But I don't know where this misconception comes from recently that Brightwing has an insane win ratio. If you take BBJ's games away, then all of a sudden Brightwing just loses pretty much everything. So I'm not quite sure what I think about the fact that we have Brightwing now for the Snowflakes, especially since I don't really see a perfect use for that polymorph. I love the polymorph a lot when we are seeing a Tracer, let's say, against them, or for example a Genji, then you can get a bit more value out of it, but I'm a bit skeptical of how much value the hero can give them on this map now in particular. Now the first objective gets easily won by the team that runs Jimmy. That is not really a shock, obviously. You can still counterplay that with Hanzo. You have your level 4, but Exterminator is such an insane tool that the first Immortal very, very often... I mean, honestly, with like a lot of regularity, it goes over to the team that runs Jimmy. If you can get the hero in a good position, then that will happen. As the game continues, Exterminator is still a powerful tool, but others will also get some additional talents that they can use to really play around the Immortal. Maybe also an opponent will get something where he can zone it out slightly, but right now, with the first one, they barely got the wall, that's about it. And we'll see how that plans out. But again, we have, besides that, the Ancestral Wrath on level 7, which is obviously for Thrall a huge deal too. That's a huge power spike. It gives you a bit more sustain, it gives you also a slight nuke against heroes. Calamity comes in for Li Ming, the traditional pick here. I want to also highlight that the build on Muradin is just a little bit different. He went into the Dwarf block on level 1, and now we're seeing him even committing to the Dwarf launch on level 7, which, with no synergy, by the way, for potential healing static on level 13. So he's also going into that Bronzebeard Rage build now, with trying to go for more damage on the level 4 instead. That deviates a bit away from what we've seen recently on the North American server, and also what we've seen in the Eastern tournament, where the Korean and Chinese players have stacked very heavily into Stormbolt talents on level 1 and on level 4. But it's still something, of course, where you can find a lot of value, especially if you're trying to play around that block against heroes like Thrall and Jimmy. So that's another thing that you can say there. But, well, at this point, we got topside pressure, thanks to the camp, still building up. At the bottom of the map, they're also looking for a kill, and they might get it, and indeed they do. Hanzo goes down, kill for Wash Up, they look for Lauber, and they, barely miss the kill. Lauber and his little dance with death over here, able to jump out in the last possible moment. One more hit by Jimmy and he is dead, or anybody else for that matter, because Jimmy is actually topside. And, well, they're getting that fort. So, things are, again, not looking great in the early game. It feels like Washed Up has just started up the pain train in game number 2, I want to say. And ever since then, it has just run in one direction and crushed everything in its path. The Snowflakes are melting away every single time that Washed Up shows up and turns up the heat here. And so far, we are seeing exactly the same thing happening. Now, let's take a quick look at the stacks for Thrall. He's currently sitting at 10. That's already pretty solid. 10 stacks on the second objective. That's something that you can definitely work with. His damage output is, at this point, at 8,000. But I wouldn't really be surprised to see him as the top damage dealer later on in the game, if Nick can put up, can keep up this pace at least to nearly the same extent. And they got an early level 10. They got the early level 10. They can use that too. The gap is tiny, but maybe they can make a play somewhere. Probably not. Not really too much to do. Earthquake is in. Robogoblin is also being taken. Same time we have Avatar for Lauber. That's going to help him quite a bit. and Nick is continuing his poke. If he completes Trash Lightning, he's going to poke them into oblivion. But even before that, you will add a lot of damage to the equation. Oh, nice. The Quasar alive still. Oh my god. Good save. And the counter kill against D.Va. D.Va down. They wanted Gazlo. They didn't get him. And on the retreat, they were taken apart. Lauber also barely making it out right now. A lot of medallions being used in the last couple of seconds now too. And we have them moving in for the next Immortal here, trying to get the damage. Lauber himself is low, but he might get the kill against Nick. And Stukov is there with a big shove. Saves his boy. Same time now, the top is pushing. The camp is still active. Gazlo is dealing with the bot lane. The fight, a 4 versus 4, as the Gaz Lord is trying to push out the Shaman at the bottom of the map. D.Va is back to business. She's dealing with the top right now, but Gazlo is already here and is starting to make his play as we speak. Situation is tricky, for sure. Hazorp's already moving down to the bottom with the rest of them. Yep, here comes Quasar, a little bit more wave clear for him. Halftime show has been reached, and the blue team is significantly in the lead right now. That might just be the moment where they start their comeback. On experience, they're not too far behind, and they are murdering this one. I mean, even with Hazu and everybody else committing to the Immortal race, the blue team wins this one for sure. But they're losing Muradin. Candy Muradin is down. Again, Candy Muradin always gives me the creeps. Like, I don't really know what's going on with Blizzard there. But yeah, Pedo Muradin, wanna have some candy? I don't really know what's wrong there. But the only thing that really has to happen in order to make it super creepy is that a new mount gets introduced. It is a windowless white van. So I don't really know what's up with that. But Blizzard, I don't really think that that's a good skin. Either way, especially when you have a Lily in the game. I mean, that just gets creepy as hell. As it stands though, 3 kills to 1, topside push. Jimmy is taking care of it alone. And at the bottom of the map, they're burning the wave down without any problem whatsoever. So far so good. So, they won the Immortal, they lost Muradin, and that pretty much led to the Immortal not doing anything. A kill here, that would be a different story though. Can they take Lauber down? Oh, ho, ho, big arrow! But there's no follow-up. Instead, we see Muradin melted away. Brightwing comes in for the heal and actually saves Lauber. Wow, the fruit fly useful. There we go. But holy shit, he just melted away. Talking about melting away. No! Dino with a jump. Run! Run, Hanzo, run. What a fight down here. What's happening? Turning from left to right, right to left. People that thought they were safe get pulled back in. Now they're trying to make maybe even a play for the fort. Tower is already down. Lauber is sitting at the side. It's like, damn. Nobody died, actually. That's the craziest part about it. Quick look at how many stacks we now have for Nick. He's sitting at 15 stacks for the Trash Lightning. It's not too bad. I mean, he's halfway done. We're 10 minutes into the game, so that's some serious damage. He has top damage. Told you, he's gonna end up with top damage here. Now, on his team. Li Ming on the other side is obviously slightly ahead of him. Well, slightly. 30,000 nearly for her. So there's that. But yeah, let's go. Another Stormbolt attempt from Muradin. D.Va is sitting at the top. They got the talent advantage. They have the level 13. So yeah. Maybe they can make some plays with that and then just like use... I mean, especially of course Stukov is now a power spike. So if they can use that to lock someone down before there's a 13 ready for the Snowflakes, they might be able to force a fight. But again, blue team knows it too. They play a bit more passive. They sit back. They try to get experience at the top. And they will. They have their own level 13 just in time for the Immortal. And Gazlo can push out the minion wave easy peasy and make sure that there's nothing happening here. But the earlier position still for the blue team, because we have someone sitting on that Shaman camp, and that's washed up. So they're a little bit faster here. They go for the fight. There is the lurking arm, and that, wow, is another save. I gotta admit, Eoware on Brightwing is really saving Muradin's ass time and time again. Problem is that D.Va still dies, and while Muradin might be safe, it doesn't matter, it's still a 4 versus 5. So you might have saved one, but the other one is still down. There's a camp pushing at the bottom, the remaining Khazra of the camp. There's a camp pushing at the top, and you're in trouble on your Immortal, and you're only with 4 heroes on the map. This is bad news for the Snowflakes, real bad news. Someone needs to deal with the top lane too, or they're going to be in a world of pain. And Hazu is melting the Immortal away. Lauba, a little bit of a prediction storm ball, but Hazu did not move down, actually walked in a straight line here. So, yeah, it seems like this is going to be an easy Immortal for them. And as I said, top side gets pushed too, and that might even eliminate the top wall here already. Things are tricky. Brightwing down, the Fruit Fly is dead, so is Murden, the man with the beard destroyed. D.Va moves to the top to deal with the camp as it starts to take all of this down. Hanzo falls, and that's only 2 defenders on the map. They could theoretically move for the top. They go for the bottom of the map. I honestly think they could have just gone for top and tried to go for the keep here. Because with that minion wave moving in, well, okay, granted, death timers, they are low. They are really low. So probably, yeah, better choice to go to the bottom. Alright, they're starting to move in for this one. And here's the fort. Gone before, I mean, again, instantly melting away. And now they have level 16. Now they got the level 16, 17 stacks already for Thrall. And they're starting to make their way in now. Easy peasy. 16 talents, even more damage now through the Chain Lightning here. This is, yeah, good luck stopping that. Right, they might be able to save the key, but even that is going to be a bit of an issue. Because without a 16 talent, they have really nothing they can do here. They can't really go for a proper fight, or they're going to lose some heroes, and then it might get worse. But they want to hold the keep, but I just don't think they can. Keep is going down, and now they can easily back off. That arrow, they were thinking about following up on it, but they can't really. And Thrall is actually stacking a little bit more. Thrall turned it around with another Chain Lightning and just said, okay, give me those stacks and give them to me quickly. Now, that's 2 forts down, that's a keep down, and they're still nearly 2 levels behind. Tough. Tough situation. Really tough situation for the Snowflakes, and this might be the last map. They need to win here. They need to win and bring it to the final map of the best of 7. If they lose now, then Washed Up is the champion of the Nexus Cup here, and the Snowflakes come in 2nd place. It's not a bad result by any means, but that's not quite what you're looking for here. So they just take what they can. They go for the camps on the map. I mean, theoretically, they could have even tried to take this away. You can see how hesitant the blue team is to even move in for it, because they're like, well, what happens if they just come in and steal it? And that's exactly what they're trying to do. So they're a little bit later than you might have expected them, but they are looking for that Shaman camp and thinking about claiming it here. They're slowly setting this up. A little bit more of a poke happening. Top side, bot side still get pressured. Again, the camp is here. And with a bit of luck and poke, they might just be able to do damage towards the top keep too. And of course, you always have to be afraid if you're on the blue team side right now. If you lose another hero here, it's going to be a problem. And the next objective is announced. But they have level 16 any second now. So level 16 is ready. That's the time to fight. That's really the time to fight. The Bronzebeard Rage is in. You have a bit more synergy with the 16 talent now that you have your Dwarf Tors. And on top of that, of course, we have the Mirror Ball for Liming. This is really the moment where you have to make a play. D.Va is defending the top. Keeper's taking a little bit of damage. And they're trying to burn this down. And who takes the halftime show? They're burning it quickly. You got the Gas Lord right there. You got Jimmy. Both sides have great tools against the Immortal. And they're putting them to good use. But the lead goes to the red team. They are slightly ahead. 1,500 hit points roughly. And now it's about the repositioning. They're taking the Shaman camp too. But already a better position for the Snowflakes. They might get it here. They get locked down. Here comes the attack. They're trying to go for the kill. Arrow comes in though. Earthquake. The Immortal is about to be taken, but if they can get the kill again, then we're looking at a very similar situation to what happened earlier. And the bottom fort is also getting attacked in just a second. Washed Up needs to be super careful right now. Their bot lane is under pressure, and they're losing the Immortal as we speak. Their Immortal is down. Well, actually, yeah, now it's down. 80 HP. Now it's down. Now it's eliminated. But nobody is dealing with that yet either. Someone has to move down here, and it seems like Gazlo is going to be the one to deal with it. So, yep, here we go. Top side, that's where the defense will set up. It's not a big shield, but it should be enough to grant them at least a fort. And it's about time. It's hella about time. They need to take some structures. We are 16 minutes into the game. They haven't even taken a single fort yet. If they really want to fight back in this, then they need to start taking a couple of names here. And the fort will fall. It's completely given up. Washed Up doesn't even move in for it. They're saying, yeah, whatever, take it. Then again, Muradin gets locked down and eats a lot of damage. Alright. They're still fine. Off comes the move. They're starting to go for the keep topside now. But the shields are gone. Melee mode activated on the Immortal. Every single time it loses its shield, it switches from range to melee mode. Masquerade with a stun. Stukov follow up. Nice. He still needs to be careful. Eats the Stormbolt, but he's fine. Yeah, it's gonna make it out here. But they defended easy. Easily. Topside is gone. 7 kills to 1, by the way. Yeah. 7 kills to 1. 1.5 level lead. And it's all about the level 20 from here on out. And the Snowflakes know it. Snowflakes, they want to be aggressive on the map now. They're going to try and take those camps. They're going to try and posture a little bit. Hope that, well, they might get a kill here. Maybe a bit of a Chinese bush trap somewhere that they can execute. But, yeah, they need to do something. Because Washed Up is sitting there as like, boys, we got time. You can fuck around on the map all you want. We got time. We don't want to fight. If we see a good situation, we go for it, like here, for example. But we got time. Arrow misses completely. Big arrow. Narrowly missing the target. And there's the quest completed for... Oh my god. Thrall completes it 17 minutes and 50 seconds in. 48,000. He's already top damage in the game. Thrall is top damage in the game. And from here on out, he's going to poke them to death. He's absolutely gonna poke them to death here. Yeah, and the 20 is about to kick in too. I'm a little bit afraid for the Snowflakes. If they can get something set up, well, maybe for the next Hanzo arrow, maybe just a good Stormbolt, Liming coming in, good polymorph from Brightwing maybe. There's potential. Snipe Gazlow if you can, snipe Stukov, snipe Jimmy, maybe Thrall. Anybody, that would be great. But now level 20 talents are ready, and that gives us so many big boosts for Washed Up. They are not even going for the Immortal. They are immediately starting to focus onto the keep, as you can see, or posture around it at least. Really claiming space, making it much harder for Snowflakes to take a position around the Immortal. And yeah, this is kind of nuts right now. So off we go. They're starting to come in, start to burn that one down. The Immortal is already starting to take some damage here. Gets quickly burned to pieces. Yeah, they're winning the halftime show here. That one at least. And they're getting still zoned out. You can see how hesitant the Snowflakes are to engage into this. I feel like they are definitely willing to sacrifice the Immortal if they can just reduce the shield to a decent amount. They know that this is going to be a tough move either way. Yeah, and especially with the position right now. Muradin jumps in, hits the Stormbolt. Good for him. Oh, Imperius! Nice! The kill! They get the kill. That's exactly what they needed. Burn them down quickly. Insta-kill. Nicely done. Banana Age in trouble. The Diva explosion actually killed him. Nice. Good shit. That's exactly what the Snowflakes needed. Great play by them here. Bit more damage against the top keep, but it's still in play. And here we go. The Snowflakes with a comeback attempt. 6.5 out of 10, baby. Yeah. Here we go. They take the Immortal. They're going to win this one. And guess what? They're going to get level 20 with it. Lauba is getting the aggro on the camp before they take the Immortal down. They want the Shaman camp too. There's a little bit more poke happening from Thrall. Things are looking good. Nicely done. Yep. 20 versus 20. Here we go. That's the opportunity to move through the bot lane, take a fort down, and try to go for keep. Top side, yeah, Diva first of all, taking the catapults down. Up at the top, they take the Shamans apart. Could maybe push even another wave out, but of course it's all about the bottom of the map. And just look at this. They are already sitting at the side here, hoping for a trap. Nobody's going to move out against them. They're going to wait for Stukov. Stukov is back. 5 versus 5. Here we go. It's party time. The fort is gone. Shield on the Immortal is nearly lost. But still, this bad boy is starting to hurt. 21 minutes into the game. This is looking solid. Yeah, they're sitting tight. Here comes the attack again. Breaking straight through the wall here. Making the plays. Looking for the target. Trying to take it down. And this should be... well, it's not going to be a keep, is it? Arrow hits. Maybe now. They try to go for the follow-up. Medallions are being used. And Thrall goes for this better safe than sorry Earthquake. Gets the shield out there and they save the keep at the bottom of the map. Haha, we got a game on our hands. Level... Is it going to be the final map? Are we seeing them go the full distance? Are the Snowflakes fighting back here? They've suffered in the early and mid game. Especially in the mid game. And as you look at the minimap, their keep is gone, one is low, D.Va gets attacked, Ixia, careful. Alright. Saving everything right now. Slowly retreating here, but still playing it safe. What's the damage looking like? 60,000 for Thrall. 53,000 for Li Ming. Only hero that hasn't died yet for the blue team. Only hero that has not fallen the entire game. Li Ming. Good damage, good siege, no deaths. Trying to carry that momentum in every single team fight here. And Thrall, of course, with a continuous poke at this point. He has his Trash Lightning completed. And he is trashing them indeed. So yeah, there we go. Once again, here's the poke at the bottom. With the prioritization on the heroes, the longer these poke battles last, the better for Thrall. He's gonna sit there and just farming damage. Yeah. Arrow, easily dodged. Easily dodged. Okay. That cooldown used. They're aggressive right now. Snowflakes are aggressive. They are trying to dictate the pace of the game right now because they are down to the final keep. As long as they push the bot lane is not going to become a problem for them. Top lane is fine. They've pushed it out earlier. But now when we have another camp taken, for example, or top lane pressure through catapults, it could turn against them again. As long as they control and dictate the pace and what's happening here, as long as they make the decisions, they're in a decent spot. They're trying to go for their camp. They can start to push against the bottom of the map right now, but top side is also taken, and the Immortal is spawning in 5. Easy camp clear here in the middle. They go straight, at the top. They go also for the minion wave, and now it's time for the Immortal. Defense by Snowflakes. They have to go for the camp first, and they're doing it. Yeah, and a bit of a poke happening. Gazlo's at the bottom of the map. So is Thrall. Both of them. They burn it down. That Shaman camp is going to do jack shit. Absolutely nothing. So right now, it's all about the team fight again. Yeah, Brightwing. They're poking a little bit against this. Mirrodin already jumping out. Uh-oh, D.Va, losing the mech. Mech is lost already, and Nick rushes in, moves out again, dodges the stun. They're going for the Immortal. They're looking for it. Next team that takes the Immortal likely wins the game here. Depends a bit on the setup, if they can get kills with it, yes or no. But they're poking now, they're in a good spot. And again, this is where Thrall shines now with the Trash Lightning. He's in a really great position to poke them down slowly. Whenever somebody pokes out, he can get some damage in. And he is looking for it as we speak. They have the advantage on the Immortal already. Blue team is trying to control the situation. But look at Hazu, pushed out to the bot lane. That's 3 catapults moving in. We're 24 minutes in. These catapults are monsters. They are absolutely monsters. Dreamt up in nightmares of Heroes of the Storm players ready to wreck your core within seconds. And the poke continues in the middle, and nobody can afford to move away from it. And the bot lane is a horrible situation right now for the Snowflakes. They gotta move someone in, and it's gonna be Dino. Dino stops the catapults. He goes for the catapults, and that's the go move right there for Washed Up. They gotta move in and get some additional damage in. That's a halftime show victory for them right there if they play their cards right. Still try to poke it a little bit, and another minion wave makes it to the bottom of the map. Again, Stormbolt dodged nicely. Here comes the bomb. Yeah, pushing it back. Eats the damage. They're trying to turn it onto Jimmy. And still the poke through Nick. Trash Lightning completed. And Gazlo takes over on the damage. Nearly 10,000 additional damage have already been farmed by Thrall. But Gazlo's a little bit ahead of him. And the halftime show is won by the Snowflakes. They push it in and they take it. And now it's a race. Off to the races. The camp has taken. They're going for the defense. They're going for the defense. The Snowflakes, they're so close right now. Poke is still there. Choke point gets controlled though. And they're going for the defending position. Jimmy is sitting on the right side. Jimmy is on the right side and Lauba is saying, I gotta stop this motherfucker. Comes in, hits it. Alright, Hazu gets a little bit of help here as Banana Age is moving in. They're fighting on 2 fronts right now. They're fighting on 2 fronts, and there comes Thrall again from the side. They go for D.Va, they want the pilot, and Ixia is dead. Ixia is down. Dino wants the Immortal, and he's so fucking close. But it's Mirrodin who moves in to take it, and he can. The Immortal is taken, Arrow connects with Thrall, and they're jumping out. The Immortal, pretty much no shields, but at least some catapults. Look at the shields here. Bam! Immediately losing huge chunks of it, but thankfully they were there. Hanzo, no! Not like this! Oh no, Hanzo is down. The Immortal pushes the top. And Washed Up doesn't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They just move in. They go for the core. They try to end it right here. 3 versus 5. They come in. They want Li Ming. She survives. The core doesn't. Washed Up makes it happen. Washed Up takes it. Washed Up takes the grand final. Winning 4 games in a row. They crown themselves the champions of the Nexus Cup. GG. And what a performance here in this best of 7. Holy shit.